Alrighty, guys, I have a treat for you today. We're gonna be doing some traditional drawing. Let me just finish getting all my stuff settled here really quick. Let's see here. I've got like 50 million things, and I thought I was ready, but apparently not quite. Sorry, just still getting my situation all sorted here. All right, I got all my links out. Let's go ahead and get started. I haven't done a traditional stream in forever, so I hope you guys will like it. Let's see here. Alrighty. Hope I've got everything set up right. So I always get nervous when I do traditional streams because I have chonk hands. Sorry, I've got so today I've got this traditional artwork that I'm working on of a my character Fahle from Godsbane, and I mostly use like Bristol paper, just like a standard Bristol paper, nothing overly fancy. And then for tools, like the primary tools that I'll use, well, the primary tool I've been using on this particular piece, woo, God, thank God that wasn't my pencil. Have mercy. The primary tool that I've been using is this like 005 micron Sakura micron. I absolutely love Sakura micron pens, and I've been using them for a pretty long time. So, and then occasionally, if I need like a thicker line, I may use the 03. But sometimes I'll use where's my green Tombow? Here we go. This green Tombow, the Fudenosuke, this one here I really enjoy. So I've been really liking it. I used it for like a whole bunch of sketches that I did. Where is that? Oh, that sketchbook is somewhere else. I can go get it later, but I want to get to work. So let's see here. So yeah, I'm mostly just gonna sit here. Oh yeah, I remember I was working on the hands here. I gotta get that done first. So but yeah, so I just wanted to figured I could stream to like for everybody, I guess. It's been a long time since I've done some streaming. I figured it could be kind of fun. Well, it's been a while since I've streamed traditionally. Last time I streamed traditionally was years ago, many years ago, many moons ago, as my elderly self would say. So figured I'll just try it out, see how it goes. I didn't get to stream last week because I was in San Francisco. Well, I had just gotten back from San Francisco and the weather was pretty crappy. So much so that like my power was unreliable. And so now that I actually have like an ounce of power, as far as like electricity, I figured I'd go ahead and stream. So there's no music today. I apologize. I didn't really feel like. Oh, here's the other thing. I have a light pad here because I already did that. I already did this digitally. You can actually see the man. So you can actually see it kind of here on the back. But if you look inside, so I already drew this digitally. But as I was finishing it, I was like, man, like I really wish I could put this on paper. And so I decided to do that. And so I dug through my storage and found my light pad, which I don't use as much as I probably should. um, so we're gonna go ahead and put in her hands here. Gosh, it's kind of strange because I'm so used to just like drawing everything digitally now. It's it's definitely something I gotta get used to again. So trying to figure out like I was gonna have her hold something, and so I originally drew her hands like further apart. And now I don't know if I want to have her holding anything. So I started just drawing all of this stuff, and now I've realized that because I did this stuff first, I can't have her holding the flower that I originally was going to have her holding. That sucks. That really sucks. Okay, so this is the problem with traditional artwork is you mess up and then you're messed up for good. So it's okay. So no biggie. Let's see, let me turn this off. So roughly here is where her hands are going to be. So now I have the distinct problem of trying to figure out what I'm going to do with her hands. Because original way that I drew this, her hands were separate. So I mean, what I guess I could have her holding like a necklace, I guess. She does have one of those. So let's see here. We're gonna have to get creative with our solution, which is fine. Oh, I know what she can be holding. I have an idea. I need a drawing of actually I remember what it looks like. I remember what it looks like, kind of. So we'll have this going around here. This way the beads can come in. Actually, I can turn that off now. Actually, yeah, let me sketch in the rest of her fingers here, just so that I have them as like a reference here. This is why I kind of appreciate light tables. Is they're really great if you're just transferring something over from digital, which is what this is. That's why you can see if you're just joining. I'm doing some transferring over from digital artwork to traditional artwork of a piece that I drew digitally. So I figured that might be more like a better way to approach this. So 1, 2. Whoa, that looks really bad. I got confused with the hand behind her. There's actually, oh, it's the finger behind her, sorry, behind this one. And there's another one here that I drew in. You would think that I would know what is what because I drew it already. But no, man, I drew this like 2 weeks ago. I drew the original one like 2 weeks ago. Well, I mean, if we're gonna get technical, here, I drew the original months ago, many months ago. Let's see, the beads are gonna be black, so that's not gonna be an issue. And then this will come back around. This needs to go right through the middle. Let's measure this. Make sure it's the same height as it is width. So from a 3 is roughly the same. That's good. So let's draw in our lines here just to make sure it stays the same. And from there, it's close enough. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is a handmade item, and so like it's just naturally not going to be perfect. Feathers. I wonder if anyone will be able to decipher. That's a weird word. Decipher this. Because there's all kinds of clues for what happens to her in this one. So all kinds of clues. Right there, right there. I'm so excited to get to work on Godsbane some more. And actually, the reason why I stopped working on it in the first place is when when I talked to Kodansha in New York, they were actually they were interested in hearing more about it. And so I'm currently working on a one shot to submit to their like morning monthly contest. So so that's kind of why Godsbane has kind of been on hold for a little bit. As I've been trying to. Chat's not working. Why is my chat not showing? Yeah, let me get signed in here really quick. I just realized that I wasn't. Oh, really? I think that's my password. Oh man, you're gonna. Gosh, it's gonna send me a text. I forgot to get signed in on my OBS. And I'm wondering if that's why I can't see the chat. I'm such a goldfish. Anyway. So her elbow's gonna be right about here. So that means my digital sketch was like way off. If you can see it, my digital sketch, here, I'll just flip it over, you see the digital sketch. So my digital sketch has this elbow all the way down here, and this one all the way up here. Like, I mean, look how far off it. It's like a whole pencil width off. So I have to fix it. So that's why I wanted to do some pencil drawing on top of this really quick, just to see how I was off. And now that I know how I was off, I can fix it. So sometimes you gotta take a step back before you take a step forward. Actually, I just realized that I messed up on these beads because they gotta be overlapping each other. I think the hard part is drawing soft enough that you don't leave any marks, but drawing clear enough that you can actually see what you're doing. So what'll probably be best if I draw these top ones first. That way they set the size. It's this type of stuff that always gets me when I do traditional work. I forget what her tattoo looks like. I need to go pull up. Well, she always has these clothes on, and it's like I'd never have to. Oh my gosh, I hate this stupid passkey stuff from Google. I don't want the passkey stuff. Leave me alone. There we go. You guys want to make sure my chat was at least working. So it looks like it's at least working. That's good. So, all right, and then eventually what I'll need to do is bring the rest of this down and then put in the rest of the fire here. And then I got to do all of the flower like insides up here, like all the stamen and stuff. And then the next big thing will be going over these edges like here, and kind of cleaning them up with, as I said earlier, I've been using these microns, but I also have all of these white, all these like, not that one, I have like all these white pens as well, that I'll use to clean stuff up. And then if I really mess up, I have this one, which I actually have already used right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there was a little mess up where I accidentally went over and was just not. I was freehanding the circle, which I got to clean up the edges a little bit more. And then the rest of this, sort of like all of the stuff on the outside, will be done digitally. So I don't have the patience to do it traditionally. I got stuff to do. I got places to be. I got things to destroy. Things to mess up because I was drawing impatiently. So. Sorry guys, there's no music. For whatever reason, I forgot to renew my license, and so I don't have music to play for y'all at this moment. So okay, I think we're good now. Oh god, this is the scary part, man. But I want to get all of this. I want to get all of this pencil off before it really smears. So I'm gonna lightly put in some of these lines. Oh shoot, I was looking at her tattoo. I gotta bring up my character reference. Character reference. All right. Oh gosh, where would that would be? Guess I'd have to look up that other character's name that I can't say because it's spoiler. Character arts. Oh, you know, I just realized that I never actually drew the tattoo on this character. So that means I have never drawn this character correctly. God damn it. It's okay. I have to get this tattoo right because I mean it's your character design, right? You gotta get the tattoo right. Bruh, that sucks. Oh, let me think. Let me think. You know what? I shall make it up. Let's see. Hokusha Comics. May I ask what the? Oh my gosh, Lychee, no! V. Oh my god, bro! Every freaking. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh my goodness, V. Let me like it. Okay. Oh my goodness. Here's. There you go. Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't go live just for you to do this. Look at me. I'm trying to be productive. I'm trying to be productive. Okay. Yeah, someone asked a question really quick. Let's see. Hookshot Comics said, "May I ask what the white pens are? Both like what the gel pens and the big mess." Oh, yeah, yeah. So this one is a jelly roll. I'll go ahead and type that out in the chat for you just so that you'll have it and anyone else maybe who isn't watching or maybe like looks at the chat. It's a jelly roll, and what's great about these jelly rolls is they have multiple sizes. So for example, this one's a 10. It's a nice kind of a wider pen. This one's an 8. I've used it for so long that this is worn off. You can actually see like the differences in the ink level in these. And then this one's a 5. I think they definitely go smaller than this. But I've been using these for a really, really, really long time, and they're generally pretty great. And then the big ones, I have a couple big ones. So I actually have two different big ones. Um, right? Yeah, Jelly Roll is great. So this is like a chunk. Like if you ever need something like a big white area filled, this is a good one to use. It has so much ink in it. It does smear if you're not careful though. So please be really careful using this one. The brand here is Zig. Zig is such a great like pen and marker brand. This one is I believe this one's also Zig. This is like a more of a brush pen. So kind of like the pocket brush, but it's like an opaque white. It's not super crazy opaque, and it's one of those ones where it's really easy to like overload the brush if you squeeze on this too hard. But I really, really love them. Um, yeah, this is really great. Let me double check the brand on this one. Pretty sure this is Zig also. Let's see. Yeah. And what's really great about this is you can actually open and close it. So right now it's closed so that the ink doesn't just like like and then explode all over the place as soon as you open it. That's actually what I really like about these is I have traveled on airplanes with these. Oh, sorry, this one's Kuretake. Zig is like the big. Well, they're both technically Kuretake, but I don't think this one's a Zig. I don't think this one's a Zig line. I don't remember, but yeah, they're both Kuretake. Kuretake. There we go. So yeah, Zig Kuretake is really, really great. And then as far as like other pens that I like to use, the Tombow ones, I have two different Tombow ones. Let me find the other one. Yeah, yeah, Kuretake is great. I've been using them forever. And then I have two different Tombow pens. They're slightly different from each other. I mean, I've kind of worn them out. So this green one, I feel like it's a much finer point. And then this one is more of like a blunt point. But I really, really love the super fineness that this one can get. So, but yeah, Tombow is also really, really great. So I'll type those out for you. So, Tombow. So I really like those. And then this one is also one I really like to use a lot. So let's see, this one. Oh, this one's pretty old. Let me see if I have one that's like not so worn down. Yeah, I've got two of these. You never know. I forget which brand this is. I can't read it, so I can't read it. So sorry, y'all. But these are. I will find out what these are. I'm so sorry. I don't know what these are, so I will figure out what they are. But they have it's a dual tip, which is really great. So you've got this like nice, really thin, like really thin tip, and then on this side you've got this like chonk of a tip. It's like good for filling in. And so if you're like really cramped for space, like for example, when I go on planes and stuff here, let me just go get the thing. I will show you some drawings that I did with almost like the Tombow almost exclusively. So I used this one and this one on the airplane. And I used like this one to fill in all of the like big black brush, like all the big spaces, and then I used this one. Let me go get the sketchbook so I can show you the drawings I did with those. All right, it's right over here. I gotta get up. My chair is very squeaky. I'm sorry. I've got so much crap over here. Uh, I should show you guys my art space. Where's my drawing of a moth? Ah, here it is. Let's see here. I've got like big cough from bloody wood stuck in my head right now. My current earworm. Sketchbooks. Sketchbooks. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like like, see, sorry, Miso. My cat's mad at me. She's like, why are you kicking me out of my chair? Because that's where the human butt goes. Sorry, my chair is really old. It squeaks. I think it was this one that I did the bird sketches in. Yeah. Oh, birds. Verbs. So when I was on the plane to and from San Francisco last week, they have this like slideshow thing. They have like a screen. I flew United. They have this like screen in front of you that's like on the back of the seat of the person in front of you. And I went to the slideshow options and they had one for birds. So I just put the slideshow option on and was like, oh yeah, let me look at the burbs. And so basically I used this one, the Tombow. Let me find the name of this one. Nayaka, the Tombow. This is the green one. Nayaka. I use this one if I'm reading my kanji correctly, or my hiragana correctly. So I use this one for like the lines. It can get super fine lines. Let me see if I can show you guys some like look how fine these lines are. Like look at this. Look how fine these lines are. And that's from a brush pen. Like that's from a brush. But the same brush can also oh nose. Oh my gosh. Oh man, bruh. You giving me an attitude. Stay. Now I gotta line up everything again. Have mercy. So this is the first time doing this, guys. Sorry, forgive me. Anyway, so that's what I get for bumping it. So you can get these like, can you see? I gotta do this upside down. Sorry, so you guys can actually see. So you can get these really fine lines, or you can get these like really nice big thick lines. It's all the same brush. Like it's all the same brush. That's why I really love the green Tombow specifically. It's because you can get this wide variety of line just in one brush. So it's my favorite brush out of everything that I have. And then, because I'm also working on this illustration as well. This is a Mott villain in Godsbane. So I've got some Queen of the Night flowers up here. And this is obviously mega work in progress. I've got another one all the way down here. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I knew I was going to get these questions when I started streaming traditional artwork, and so I came prepared. I knew it was gonna happen. So this one's gonna take me forever to finish, but I ended up getting a new background for it. You can see I've got the background on the back here. Then I'm gonna transfer over once here. I'll show you. This is a light pad. So you can see here's the sketch. So I have to put in the sketch. It's actually it's actually a sketch from a different thing that I did. So I'm gonna have to clean this up over here. I'm gonna shorten this so that it's maybe like instead of ending here, like maybe it's ending here. So I gotta use a bunch of white and correct that. I didn't even think about like how much space I was gonna need in the back. So now I gotta fix it. Such is life. Doing traditional artwork. I'm used to having like no limits on how many like mess ups I can do. Now I don't have that anymore. I have to be careful. But yeah, I mean, let's see what yeah, let's see. Has there been any other? Oh, that's the Global Comics Community Sketchbook. That's the wrong sketchbook. The wrong sketchbook. I love doing traditional art. Like, did I just lose my pencil? Yes. Oh, my pencil just fell. Bruh. And I have like little T-Rex arms. I can barely reach the floor. I got it. I saved it. I have these like little T-Rex arms. So I might as well just show you guys my sketchbook. I really love doing sketchbooks. And so I have this fun little thing. I love to do these are real four-leaf clovers. Here, push up a bit. These are real four-leaf clovers that I found. And so I just love doing like random doodles. So yeah. Plants and stuff, drawings. Come on. Testing. I have a new Cricut thing, so I'm testing it with a bunch of stuff. I when I do digital artwork, I like to print it out and put it in my sketchbooks. So that's where these are going to be. These are going to be digital works that I printed out. And then this is super old artwork of Fahle. This was like a little doodle that I did on the plane, which is so hard when you are drawing on a plane. I thought it would be a lot easier than it was. It's not. It's not easy. More another four-leaf clover that I found. You would think I'm lucky, kind of. I balance it out with lots of bad luck as well. So, and then this is like a fun little meme that I did of Aros and Hokaway a long time ago. And then my sketchbooks are actually more like workbooks or like thought journals. Where like I thought this was really funny, and I love this meme, and it gives me so many good memories. And then this is like some notes on a session that I did with Hisashi-san. I actually got to meet him in person for that one. Some more artwork. So yeah, I just like have random stuff in here, and I don't fill out my pages in order. Like look at all these clovers that I have found over time. And then I keep like my fortune cookies, my fortune cookie fortunes. I keep them all and I put them in here. And sometimes they're really helpful. I sold them all. No, I'm just really lucky. Here's the birds that I did on the plane. And I have like more stuff in here. Like this is the back. And then I used in 2018 I actually went to Disney. But a friend of mine works there and I got to go behind the scenes and look. Let's see what else is in here. I don't do my pages in order. Oh, like fun sketches. This was when we were at New York Comic Con in 2024. I brought my book and got everyone to draw in it. That was really cool. And then I have like a whole bunch of like other stuff, other artwork that I've made in here. This is a map of Nor, which is the island in Godsbane. Can you tell I like stickers? Like I like stickers. I like printing out my artwork and putting it in here. I like collecting it, and then like I'll fill it in later when I figure out what I'm gonna do with it. So yeah, I keep my sketchbooks in like really different and interesting ways. And oh, this one's really cute. This is an old drawing of Auk, another character from Godsbane. Old drawings of a character that I'm probably not going to use this design anymore, but I might think about it. So yeah, so that's one sketchbook. I have like 20 of these over all the years. Yeah, I actually have one that's available on Global Comics to read, to like look through. One of my sketchbooks. I can grab a link if you like. Let's see. Global Comics. Let's see here. That's one of the things that I'm actually thinking about doing is scanning all of my sketchbooks and putting them in Global Comics because I have a series called Untitled Diary of a Mangaka, and I might just start uploading my sketchbooks there. Here's a link to it if you want to check it out. So, but I have more than enough of these to do a here. Let me put my bookmark back in for my bird page. Bird page. Yeah. I'm planning on getting myself a scanner printer soon to scan the traditional work I'm doing now. Oh yeah, absolutely. I actually have this very specific one, like that the link I just gave you. I was originally doing more of a journal book, like it's more of like a journal, but if you look at the very last entry, specific, let me just give you like the correct link. I experimented with this 2 years ago and I liked it, but it was a lot of work. It was something I wasn't really able to do every day for like a long term. This is the specific link. Oh, really? Oh, I'm so chill, I promise. Right, V? Right, V? I'm super chill. I'm a little hyper sometimes. I get it. I'm like a little chihuahua or like a golden retriever or I guess I'm not like little. Like I'm a chonk, right? Um I'm not a thin person, but I'm very chill. I feel like most of the time. Most of the time. Not I'm a human being, right? I have my moments. But generally I feel like I'm pretty chill. So, generally speaking. Not always. But yeah, I appreciate you joining the stream and chatting with me. I don't know what her tattoo is anymore, so I'm just gonna make something up, and whatever I make up, that's going to become the final tattoo design. Sorry, I just got really focused there for a minute. Super focus, initiate. Just brain just like zeroes in. Yeah, traditional art. Surprise! Our crumbs can do traditional work. Surprise! I'm trying to do more traditional work for a couple reasons. The main one being that Onami will have a Kickstarter later this year, and I need some artwork to serve as rewards and stuff to make prints of and stuff for the future. So I'm starting to do more traditional work, and it's hard because like I'm used to being able to make everything perfect with digital art, and I can't do that with traditional work. So I'm having to break some bad habits that I made while I was doing digital work. Let's see, very chill. Yes, I love nearly all the posts you make too. So it's been intimidating to chat with someone who's define living the dream. What do you define as living the dream? Because I'm very curious. Because a lot of people are very a lot of people misunderstand what my life situation is actually like. A lot of people think I'm a mangaka for like a full-time job, and that's not necessarily the case. Working on comics? Well, I mean, yes, I do make comics. However, it is not my primary source of income. In fact, it doesn't really make me all that much money right now. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah, that's absolutely living the dream. The fact that I get to get up and make comics every day is really cool. So, yeah, I also enjoy getting to make comics and manga, and you know, I've been like hardcore like recording more video content that I need to edit, so that I can get more videos up. I've been so busy lately, and now I have a Cricut Crycut thingy, whatever you want to call it. And so now I'm learning how to use that so I can start making customizable merch and Godsbane stuff and all that fun, all that fun stuff. It's a lot of work. A hard time getting myself to work on them for a long while. Is there like a reason? I'm always curious because I also struggle like that with that stuff sometimes, where it's like I don't want to work on it right now, or I don't have the energy for it, and I actually am just getting off of like a year hiatus as well. So, oopsies. Let me turn this way so I can get a better angle at it. Yeah, so I'm so excited for it. I've with the one that so I actually had a family member give it to me. Actually, let me do that again. I'll go back. Go back. Go back. Let's see here. This isn't going to be perfectly round, and that's okay. Traditional artist thing of having to check your hand to see if you've smeared anything, or like seeing how bad you're smearing the pencil. So I'm trying to get this pencil stuff done so I can get it all erased. I'm gonna take a break from that. I'm gonna let all of this dry a little bit before I go back to work on it. So I'm gonna go jump up over here and work on some of this stuff for a little bit. It's one of the things that I forgot about earlier is like stuff smears, and there's somewhere I forget where it is, somewhere in here where it's smeared, and I went. I was like, no. I mean, I guess I could use like masking fluid or something to protect these areas, but I ain't got time for that. I mean, I guess I do. I've got all the time in the world, but I'm just impatient sometimes. And how do we get mistakes, art crumbs? By being impatient. Let's go back down here. Where does this one end? I forget. Okay, cool. See, that's not what I wanted. Right here, it created like a darker spot, and that's not what I wanted. Womp womp. That's okay. Nothing some white ink can't fix. This pen is getting really inconsistent. Is the tip damaged? No. I don't know why it's suddenly getting so inconsistent. Damn it, I messed up. That's okay. It's okay. We shall fix it. Let's keep going. Alright, I'm gonna let that dry before I go back. Yeah, I'm gonna let this dry a little bit. And then go in with the whites because I have a whole bunch of whites and stuff I need to put up here. Um, so it's kind of one of the things that I end up doing. I don't know why I'm using my tiny ass brush for that. This is a little too light. A lot of it's just being patient and just learning to like layer it, layer it, layer it. So these heads are actually a really cool brush that I found in the Clip Studio store. And so I was like, you know what? I'm stealing that. I'm totally stealing that. It looks really cool. Just gotta go super slow. Now we gotta smooth this out. Smooth it out. It's really just kind of bouncing around. Like when I do traditional art like this, I just kind of have to keep bouncing around while I let my ink dry. I don't know if anyone else struggles with that, but I know I do. Just kind of keep bouncing around. 50, like go over here, go over there. Let stuff dry, come back to it. All right, let's fix that. We don't need a big glob here. I just need that's 8 and 5. I have to double check. Yep. There, literally fixed. Super easy peasy. So while that does that, let's start putting in some of this. The thing is with the white is you really gotta watch it. It also needs time to dry. So you can mess up stuff really easy if you're not careful with it. So basically what I'm going to use the white for is lighten any spaces that maybe got too dark. Like for example, this like area here. I mean, I could probably easily fix this just by making the top of it, like the top a little bit darker. Would be a good fix for it. But like in this area, it might be super helpful to go over with some like white hatching, rather than try to like leave the spaces in. So sometimes it's just easier to use white than to like try to leave stuff in. And then in here, we'll actually have like a white outline to sort of highlight the like line of the fire. And then we'll do the same thing in here for like the thicker fire lines. We'll do the same thing here. So yeah, I mean it's also like I just need to let it dry because I will F it up. I will F it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this in. I was debating on if I was gonna litter this by hand, and the answer is no. Nope. Absolutely not. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill this in. That way I can get the full idea of the contrast of like because this is gonna have white lettering on it, and I want this to be a full like black banner. That way I can make sure that everything around it doesn't feel too light or dark. So that's a concept called relative color, or relative value in this case because it's just black and white. I've always wondered about that. So do you have the physical tools to? No. Well, yes, I do. I do have. Is it Ames scale? I do have one. So technically, I could do some traditional lettering. I just don't want to dig it out. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know where it is, but I do have one. I know I do have one. I used it like a couple months ago or something. I don't even know why I'm doing that. Like, there's no point in me doing that. I don't even know. I'm gonna leave just a teeny bit because I'm gonna go in with some white. I'm gonna fix all of this digitally, so I'm not super worried about it. But I just want to have like the full shape in here. Again, relative color, relative value, all that fun stuff. This way I know that this is going to be a large black shape, and I can act accordingly around it to know, hey, this area needs to be lighter, this area needs to be darker, to accommodate this much larger black shape in the bottom corner here. And I trust myself to remember this shape here. I trust myself to remember that. Is that a mistake? Probably. There we go. But yeah, I'll just do the lettering digitally because I don't want to. I got better use of my remaining brain cell than that. Oh, hi, Miso. My cat is suddenly on my ottoman. Hi, Baba. Hey, Babs. My cat is I'd let you meet my cat, but she would probably knock the cam over. Baby girl, what is it? She's like, Mom, why are you not letting me sit on your lap? Because I'm drawing and I don't need the cat hair on my paper. Okay. Alright, so I think this has had some time to dry. Let me double check. Yep. Yep. Should be good. Do I have a thinner? Do I have something thinner? Do I have a 3? I have 10. It's a medium. Hey, Duck! What's up? Hey, Duck! How are you doing? Look at me drawing traditionally. Wow! But not a G pen in sight. F that stuff. I don't like G pens. I like my Sakura microns. How you doing, Duck? I still need to comment on your guys' like newer video. I mean, I think it's stuff I've already seen, so, but I need to go watch it again. When are we gonna get like an hour-long track of your music that I can listen to in the background? Who draws on paper anymore? Who draws? Lots of mangaka, apparently. I need some music to draw to, Doug. Give me like an hour-long track that I can license from you. I need some sick music. There's like nothing in here. There's so quiet. I forgot to renew the license for my previous music, and so now I can't have anything. I mean, I could. I'd have to go looking for. I'd have to go looking for it. But yeah, I need some new music anyway. I've been just playing the same stuff. My voice is music enough, isn't it? No, you don't want to hear me sing. It's terrible. There's a reason I was in band, not choir. Let's see. Here's my 8. I have a 5. Okay, here's the 5. Here's a 5. All right. So what I'm gonna switch this, so I don't have to reach as far. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go around the flower here. Uh-oh, is my 5 not working? So basically what I'm doing now, can't really see it that well. I'm going around and I'm adding some like a border around it to make it feel extra fancy. I can't rotate the paper as freely as I'm used to. I don't worry about getting this perfect. Like, oh, my cat, there she goes. She's trying to get in my lap. She's like, you're gonna let me in your lap and you're gonna like it. just kind of just let it go, right? Because I mean, the brain fills in a lot of stuff. There's no sense in trying to make it perfect. The brain will make it look perfect for you sometimes. There's another mangaka. His name is Liam Nottington, and he's been doing a bunch of like traditional shorts. He's another Viz Media mangaka in the one shot program with me. And he's been doing a lot of like traditional artwork shorts. And so I was like, dude, I should do some traditional artwork. I haven't done that in forever. And I need something that I can stream because I can't stream the Viz stuff. So actually, I can do this line better. Let me just. That one's way too off. I'm alright. I'm gonna let that dry before I attempt to correct it. Hello, Comic Man. What's up? Hi, guys. Oh, we got 11 people watching. Hi, everybody. Nice to have you all here. So some of these lines I'll probably have to go over again. What camera am I using now? Not a very great one. It's like a Logitech. It's a Logitech from like 6 years ago. I need to get an updated one. So, uh, yeah, it's not a great one. It's like a Logitech, some 290 or something. I need to get another one. So once I get I need to wait till I get my paycheck on the 15th, and then I'll go get a new one. Yeah, I am a hardcore traditional artist. I just haven't done traditional artwork in a really long time. At least not on stream. And so a lot of people are like, "Oh, art crumbs, you're doing traditional artwork." I'm like, "Yes, I love drawing traditionally." I just stopped doing my manga traditionally mainly because the importing of screen tones is so expensive. Some old school, yeah. Like the last time I tried to import tones, it was so crazy expensive. And honestly, I kind of move around a lot. I don't stay in one place for very long. And carrying all that paper sucks. Carrying all that paper sucks. Okay, so here's you can kind of see. I've got a nice little white outline there around the flower. I've got one little corner over here that I gotta fix. I gotta let that ink dry. Alright, cool, it's already dry. Let's get that last line in there. I find that the biggest thing that's really helpful is just let yourself rotate your paper. Um, there we go. Perfect, fixed. Ta-da! All right, I'm gonna fill in a couple little white patches that I see here that shouldn't be there. Let's see, which ink dries the fastest? Probably this one. Clean up some of these edges. Some of these edges are a little sus. It looks like I'm filming this with a potato. Is that what the kids say? It looks like it's like you're streaming with a potato. I need to get. I promise. I promise on my next paycheck I'll get a better one. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna get rid of the sleeve. You know, F that. Goodbye. Goodbye. You will not be missed. It's too thin, and I didn't really put it in the right spot anyway. Let's see. Yeah. Mine is too thin anyway. I was going to ink traditionally and then screen tone digitally. Yeah, screen toning is definitely a thing. That is that is a thing. I would love to get back to drawing manga on paper. I've highly considered it, especially with my next one shot with Viz. But I think my biggest fear is Hisashi-san then saying, "Hey, here's some stuff you gotta fix," and I'm like, "No!" like, like Mario style, like just like collapse into sadness. That would suck. I would be so sad. Okay, I've got a few little patches here. Let me actually work on this side while that dries. I'm gonna let all this dry before I start laying my hand all over it. I'm gonna work on evening this out. Good evening. That's what it sounded like. I said. I was like even like trying to level something out, but also like evening, like the nighttime. And I was like, wait a minute, is that the right word? Is that the right pronunciation? Well, I mean, I haven't even gotten that one shot storyboard approved yet. Like, I'm still in what I jokingly refer to as revision purgatory, where it's like, oh, make these changes, make these changes, make these changes. You know, like, hi, what kind of, wakarimashita. It's just like, hi, wakarimashita. Hi, wakarimashita. So, I think I'm on my third time with this particular one shot. Like putting, it's like sending it in is like my third time getting feedback on it. Well, it will be. I've had feedback on it twice, so I'm about ready. I'm editing my third submission for this particular story. So I just I cannot tell Hisashi Sasaki to do my revisions for me. Bro would look at me like, what? He would just sit there and smile, maybe adjust his beanie a little bit. But no, he's a good editor. He's definitely one of the best editors I've ever had. He's like in my experience so far with Hisashi or well he said he has me I use Hisashi-san. I know technically it's supposed to be Sasaki-san, but he always like signs his emails Hisashi-san, and so I'm like, oh okay, I guess I'm calling him Hisashi-san now. And I mean he uses my first name, so I think it's okay to be on a first name basis with him now. So I like waited until he used my first name, and I'm like, oh okay, well I guess we're on a first name basis now. It's hard because I'm like, I don't know how this works. When I'm talking with my editor, should I always use his last name? Like, is that weird? Like, I don't know. I should probably ask Felipe that. Let's see. No revisions? Yeah, no revisions is not a thing. I don't think he would. So even when you get storyboards finalized, you still need to make edits. Actually, I did have to make two edits after I finished Onami. I did have to make two edits. Like I only had to edit two panels. Just like really small edits to like, oh, we want this part of the character over here because it works better for the letterer. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, easy. Easy peasy, because I didn't letter Onami. I'm going to letter my next one though. Like I'll do literally everything myself. Like lettering, drawing, writing, like everything is myself with like Hisashi-san. And I'm also working on a one shot for Kodansha as well. They have like the monthly, it's like morning monthly contest. They don't have any submissions for February. I think they closed them for February. And so I'm gonna try to enter the March contest if I can get the one shot finished by then. I have like so much stuff to do though. I just realized it's upside down for y'all. Sorry. I mean, it's upside down for me too. So sometimes it's easier to do stuff upside down. And the reason behind that is it makes you less focused on like making it helps you focus more on shape rather than like, oh, like is this all in the correct place? Like it's a weird psychology trick on yourself. That's why you when you're working digitally, you should flip your canvas every once in a while. It'll help you. I did. I worked on something when it was wet because I've got some little spots here. No! I mean, it's okay. Yeah, I've got some spots here. Yep, I worked on something when it was wet, and now I've got these little ink spots here. Yeah, oh, there's lots of manga contests going on all the time. All the time. But I think in general, we're definitely seeing more than we used to. Like in general, so. I mean, the good news is those spots will easily clean up with white, like a white ink, or like digitally, it'll clean up super easy, easy peasy. All right, I'm gonna let all that dry. Let me turn the light back on really quick because I want to get the direction that these hatches were put in. So, oh, her hair. I forgot to finish the rest of her. That's why I was like, why is this so empty over here? This is why. I forgot to put in the rest of her hair. Idiot. This is why you rotate your paper so that your hand can move more easily. For anyone maybe just joining me, I made the original one digitally, and then I using a light table to transfer it over. So here's the original one that I did. You can see I have all of the like original artwork over here. This is what it's going to say, like the Divine Priestess here. So there you can see, maybe if I zoom in a bit more, that there's like a white border there. So I'm just going to do that digitally, just so I can make sure that's really clean. But yeah, so I've got what I'm looking at now is like her hair over here, and then making sure the hatching will still go in the correct direction. So I can use this basically as like my guide for like what the values should be, as well as like some of the texture that's going to be in here from the fire and stuff. So I keep this over here so I can kind of have that as my reference. So, but I'm gonna really quickly just like get the direction put in. Let's see, you guys can't see what I'm doing here. I'm down here. And then this goes this way. This goes this way. So right now what I'm doing is I'm putting in the areas of like lighter and darker just as a reference for myself. So I remember what I was originally doing. And this comes up here. Oh yeah, I gotta put this line in here. I gotta put that in. And is there any other border stuff that I missed? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I missed this one here. And then this would go all the way down as well. So I gotta get this to go all the way down. Okay, no, for sure. I know I started pretty late, but thank you, Hookshot Comics, for coming by and hanging out with me. I'm definitely gonna try to do at least one stream every weekend. And I'd like to start streaming more often. So thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Take it easy. Don't work too hard. Oopsies. Turn it off. Don't work too hard now. Alright, well, I didn't continue it at all, so that's a bummer. I'm gonna hope this is lined up properly. Is there anything down here? Oh, just hatching. I've been on like a Bloodywood kick lately, and there's a song by them called Bake Off, something like that, and it's so great. I loved it honestly so much that I want to make like a little fan manga of it. I love it so much. It's a good song. I think that's the only one that I needed. This line, yeah, that's it. All right, so let's work on the next one. And I'll put it on this side, that way I can see and double check the thickness stays the same. There we go. Alright, don't move. And I get this in here too. Let me turn that around. Looks like I'm advertising. It's just where I used to work. And I didn't know that I had this one with me until I had already moved away. Oh shit. No, it doesn't line up. Oh my god, bruh. Bruh. It's okay. I can clean that up. There's just a little bit of white that I need in there, so not a big deal. Have mercy on my soul. It happens. This one's not gonna go down very far, so I can put it up here. I'm gonna be super consistent because that's mostly gonna be covered up by hatching. Do the same here. You can see that I've got a whole bunch more lines I gotta trace in, but I want everything else done first. Let's see. Okay. Easy peasy. I think that's the only other lines that I need to get put in here, so I think we're good to turn it off. Hey Mango, what's up? How you doing? All right, let's I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna come over here for a little bit. Storyboarding? Oh man, same. I'm doing this to get a break from that and make some art for upcoming Kickstarter. So I need some rewards. So I figure this would be a fun reward for that. What project is your storyboarding for? Because I know you've got a couple different projects out there. Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely it probably won't go live until probably like August or maybe September. I'm not wanting to do it during like Comic-Con. So I'll probably, and I don't want to do it like too close to Comic Con, and I don't think I could get it done or ready that fast because I need time to get all this traditional artwork done. So my goal is to have everything done by June, like before I like have all of my traditional artwork done before I go to San Diego Comic Con. If I go this year, I don't always go, but usually I end up going to Comic Con because of Global Comics. Um, and then when I get back, which will be like the very end of July, well, I want to get it done before July, get all this search art done before July. Use July to get everything set up, get everything ready to go. And then maybe sometime in August or September, I'll actually do the Kickstarter for Onami. This is not the final preview. Okay, this is a different paper type. However, this is the wrong paper type, but at least it gave me an idea of like what it'll actually look like in book form. So I'll go with a different printer that has a different paper type. But basically, it'll have the one shot. This is very glossy paper, and I don't like that. I wanted to try it because I mean, like, I wondered how good it would look because I figured it would get like the blacks blacker. You know what I mean? So like in that sense, it does look very nice, but it doesn't feel like manga to me. Like the paper type is just not the right type of paper. And so after the one shots, it has this section that's called the ripple effect. And it's basically sort of like the journey of like how Onami came to be. With it shows some of like the original. Here, let me go back. I had this like statue in the town that I lived in that I really loved, and this was the inspiration for Pulm. And this was the initial design that I did for him. So I did this way back in 2016. So I was planning the story of Onami a really long time ago. And these are some more like sketches that I did of him over time. You can tell I had the oarfish sort of motif really early on. And then just like more like another like collage of like different sketches and some other characters. And then sort of like this is the story of like how I like got my internship at Tokyo Pop, and then some more sketches that I did, as well as like the Shonen Jump Tezuka contest, which is what made me do the original one shot for it. So, oh yeah, yeah, they have other paper stocks. I'm just waiting on the second proof with like the different paper stock. So this is like the temporary proof that I have. So basically, I need a second proof to like see what that quality paper is going to be like. The problem is because I have a color print, I have to because I have color images, I have to do a color print, which means I can't do just a straight up black and white print. So the problem that I'm running into is like when I have stuff like tones like this, it's probably not going to print exactly correctly. So technically, I'm not doing a true manga print because I have color artwork in here as well. So it's not going to be like a perfect manga print, but at least it'll have the manga paper type. So that'll be nice. And so, but yeah, it also has like no. What it does contain though is the storyboards. So these are the storyboards that got my manga greenlit in the Viz program as far as like, hey, this storyboard looks good. Go ahead and finish it and let's publish it. So this is the storyboard that actually got it published. So the original sketches, basically. The original storyboard's the original name. And so technically you have two different versions of Onami in here. I didn't want to include the original version of Onami in here. I do have like, let me find it. Let's see. I do have like, this is all concept art for the original version. So that's what all of this is. This is the original concept art for the original 2020 edition. And so you can see sort of like how I planned it. Um, some artwork from it, some character designs, like how I did my original sketches. And then this was the original cover that I did for it. And then the original, yeah, this was like the very first set of sketches that I did for Hisashi-san, but I didn't put in the original ones. That actually might be a really good idea. So what I could do is maybe create a second two-page spread like in between these two where I just have them laid out like this so they're all kind of like, yeah. I mean, the main reason why I don't have it is it's not like correct. Like it's not canon what happened in the 2020 edition. It's very different than what happened in this one. And of course, character artwork. And then from here, I have what I call the image gallery, which are like my favorite panels that are like blown up really big. And this is why I draw on so large when it comes to like my drawings. Like I had to shrink this down to make it fit, and this panel is massive. Like, or this panel is really not that. This panel is like a whole paper. So let me show you how big this panel actually is. So that panel is basically this one. It's roughly the same size. So it's the same panel. But now you can see all the cool little details that I put in it that you can't really appreciate on the digital version. Or even in the original, like the final print. Like it's only this big. And so but what I do is I take this and then I go scale it up so you can see like all of it. So and then just some more of my favorites. So I'm like super self-conscious because you can see that I made a mistake here when I was drawing the final artwork for this particular panel. I made a mistake here and forgot to clean that up. So a little self-conscious about it, but it's okay. And then this one I have to scoot over just a little bit. That's why you do a proof, kids. Like her face is like shoved in there. That's why you do a proof. So I'm gonna just take this and I'm gonna scoot it over just a little bit. So that's why I wanted to get a second proof one because I had to make so many edits after I saw this one, just to like make sure everything was in a good spot. So yeah, just more image gallery stuff. To like, yeah. Long time lurker. Hi, hi, long time lurker. Hi, is it just Hamich? How shall I address you? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for chatting. Um, but yeah, so like some of my, yeah, I just took basically some of my favorite panels. This one I just thought was kind of fun because I drew with like white and black on this one. Like I drew like the original shape of Pawn, and then I had just like pew 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 of like white and black shapes. So this one actually is really fun for me because this panel is actually Hamu is fine. Okay, cool. Hamu, good to know. Thank you. I actually pulled this panel from the original Onami back in 2020. So I actually got to reuse this panel. So that was kind of like a fun trivia. If you can find the original Onami, it's out there. If you can find the original Onami, the 2020 edition, you'll see that some of the panels are the same. Because I was like, man, I really like this composition. I don't want to waste it. Um, so yeah, all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm a little bummed about this because I was so happy with what I had here with like him walking through the water, but I guess this was more important. So, and I scooted this over so you can actually read it, even though that's not how it's laid out in the original one. I had to make so many edits after I read this, and so after you go through the cool image gallery, you get to see my original storyboards that got me that got the one shot published by Viz. That way everyone can see like, hey, like where's the bar? Apparently this is the bar. Apparently. Um I was actually really surprised when he said yes. I was so excited, but I was like really surprised. Like look how goofy some of these sketches are. Like look at this. It's like, huh? So some of the sketches are just really, really silly. Like they're not like super clean artwork. Like Look at this one. It's like look at these big ass ears, and then look at this one. It's the same character. It's so funny. So there's like some really funny sketches in here. Like let me find. Like this one doesn't even have a face on it. It just has like the cross thing for like where the eyes go. That's really all it has. There's like some really funny like look at this. This is literally the panel. That's all there is. And then in the final version, I don't really honestly I don't even like that panel that much. I don't even like it. Let me find it. It's like here's the original sketch. Um and then here's how the final actually looked. That's why I wanted to include both of these. Is one, it's kind of fun showing like how things changed. Um, so that would be kind of neat. So I think this thing also changed, so that like this sequence changed. So there's three here, and I think it's only two in the final. Yeah, so it's only two. So there's five total panels here, and there's six here. So sometimes stuff changes. Like even if I get like a certain layout, like approved from Hisashi-san, like I'll change it in between, and as long as he doesn't like complain about it. I had so much text in this one, and I got rid of a lot of text. So yeah, and then at the end here, I have like this cool little like ending sketch, which was originally going to be the cover. I am so mad I did not use this cover. Like I am so mad I didn't use this because that is so cool. Um, so I really wish I would have figured out how to use this for the cover. And then I have new patrons, so I had to update my patrons. And then just like some final thoughts about like the whole experience. And then here, just like I have like an about me, and then I have like my socials and stuff in the end. And then my goal is, or my plan is, um, I have like this first page here. I'm gonna do sketches on this page. It's got like a little palm at it, so that way I have a whole empty page here where I can do sketches and stuff. So I think I'm gonna add an extra page in just so that I'm not drawing on the back of my credits page. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed making this because it's actually a panel from the manga. This page here is actually a panel from the manga. Let me find it. There we go. So it's actually this panel. That's how large it is that I can take this and I can put it here and lose zero detail. Like I lost zero detail. It's the same panel. So like that's how large I draw. So but yeah, this is gonna be different. So yeah, Onami, one shot by our crumbs and all that. And I think I spelled something wrong on the back of the. I spelled something wrong here. Let me see. Determined from the 2 minute strength most common tower with 27 of the words he was placed among them. Will he? Oh yeah, will he be he prepared? So like I have a typo on the back as well in my first version. So it's funny. I think this should be dry now. It's been a while, so I've let everything dry. I've got a couple questions really quick. Well, it can it's a long time lurker. I was fine. Copy pasting. I tried in copy pasting. I tried into artist technique. Absolutely. Don't work smarter. Work harder. Wait. Don't work harder. Work smarter. I can't English today. To be fair, I can't Japanese or Spanish either. So let's see. I missed out. Let's see. What is your canvas size for creating Onami? I can't tell you the exact size because it's a template that Viz gave me. But what I can tell you is if you pick up any like normal Viz manga, that's the final size. That's what I can tell you. Um, it's the standard size for any regular Viz manga, honestly. So and Viz has a specific template that they use, and so I don't know if I may be able to share that. Let's see. Hemu said, I missed out on Viz's recent portfolio review because I didn't feel ready to show my first manga. I've been working on my first chapter since last year, but I feel that I'm taking too long to finish it. So my honest suggestion is for the portfolio review. I mean, you can submit like a chapter one or something, but I feel like the goal of the portfolio reviews is more like my personal suggestion would be I would recommend submitting something shorter or just like the first typo, the first chapter. Like an average chapter should not be more than 20 pages or like maybe 22 page like but like 20 pages is really like if you go beyond 20 pages you're kind of pushing it. So like that would be my honest suggestion on just to like maybe help. And if you do you write out your story before you like do your drawing or you just kind of like let it naturally evolve? I mean if you want advice, I can give you some advice. I'm actually making some videos about like the Viz portfolio reviews because I've had lot. I've had so many people like reach out to me in DMs asking for advice about the portfolio reviews, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna make a video about it. And if you know how like my portfolio review went with Viz, you know why that's actually a really kind of funny story. Me giving portfolio advice for Viz, considering how my first portfolio review went. My first and only portfolio review. Dang it. Oh, why my hand does that sometimes. That's okay. We shall make it work. There's a reason why I draw such wispy lines is because half the time I can't trust my hand to know where to go unless I just let it do what it wants. Yes, I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. The reason why I wouldn't do that is I would write it out. Even if it's just like a rough outline, just to give you like a basic idea of like your plot points. So basically like I want this, and this to happen within the one shot, or chapter or whatever it is. The reason is it's so easy to say have like a vague idea and be like, "Oh, like I want this to happen." But the problem is when you do that, you're not setting limitations on yourself. And I think a lot of like a younger mangaka or like inexperienced mangaka, they just trust themselves to be able to do that. And I think when you're first starting out, you should not trust yourself. You should put in guidelines, not rules, guidelines to help you learn how to create a snippet of a story if it's a chapter, or to be able to create and finish like to end a short story. Because here's the thing: if you're struggling to end a chapter, you're gonna struggle to end a one shot. Like like being able to end something, like finish something and have it be satisfying at the same time is really difficult. It's really difficult. Like my first one shot was 47 pages, and it still felt like it wasn't enough. My second one shot is 35 pages, and like Hisashi-san tells me that the story makes sense, that the story is easy flowing, like there's no issues, but I have some other things I gotta fix that's like unrelated to like the length or something. I mean, so the usual flow. Let me just get a spare piece of paper and I'll write this out because I want to make a point here. So the average. Do you know what Kishotenketsu is? I'll write out the word for you. This is my Japanese homework book. Ignore the terrible handwriting. Kishotenketsu. You want? Oh my gosh, I spelled it wrong. So I'm trying to like type one-handed and it's not working. Literally henpecking. Kishotenketsu. So every chapter has Kishotenketsu, and let me find. So if we have this here, right? So like this is our chapter, right? Um, you have your four part act. Um, your key is your introduction, so it's your intro, right? Your show is your development. So basically, you're adding more information, but there's no major changes yet, usually. Your 10 is a twist or surprise. And then your kets can be a lot of different other things. Your kets could be things like, could be the consequence, or this could also be a new perspective, sorry. New perspective, or perspective. My handwriting's terrible. Bye, Mango. Thanks for joining. It is kind of late. It's already midnight over there. Thank you. Could be the consequence. If I can spell today. Could be the consequence of that twist or that surprise. Your new perspective, your kits then would be your new norm. Like you could establish what the new normal is. So like you can end it on the like this. You can do that. Rumiko Takahashi does it all the time. And then your kets could show that consequence, but your kets can be like one page. It could be like a few panels. You know, like your so you know so basically we have this and then right? But in reality, so this is called the oh my god, my brain's only thinking about the Japanese word. This is your 10. Oh, yama. And so you'll have multiple of these. You'll have multiple of these as you go, right? So you have, but your biggest one should always be your 10. Should always be like your biggest like point, right? So like these are all like little mountains. Ignore my stroke order, please don't massacre me. So like you have little ones, but your 10 should always be your biggest one. And then what's really cool is when you have like a whole, like let's just say this is a whole volume. Let's see, one, oh god, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 10, whatever. So what's really cool is this structure, this whole thing fits into one. And then it repeats, and then it repeats, and then it repeats, and then it repeats. However, you'll also have this whole thing on top of an entire volume or arc, you know, depending on how you want to set it up. So what's really cool about Keishotenketsu is it's in every single individual chapter, but it's also in every volume, I guess it would be every volume, and then in every arc, and then in the whole story. So it's sort of like a Russian doll where it just nests within itself, Keishotenketsu. And so if you want to end it on like a cliff, I think that's fine. Personally, I would just try to have like something to show like, you know, like have that surprise and have like at least one or two panels to show like either what the consequence of that twist was or to like give some context, I guess you could say. I guess that's the word I'm looking for is like or context. Like what's the context of that twist? Is there a reaction from like a character that it affects that we can see to show, oh, how are we supposed to feel about this cliffhanger or this twist that we just experienced? You know, that's one of the things that I think that Hisashi-san has been talking to me about as far as like my weakness as a writer is like you need to give more context to the reader for how they should feel. So maybe that would be helpful. Yeah. I just mostly do one shots right now. Godsbane is roughly 40 to 44 chapters. I'm trying to decide if there's a plot point that I want to take out or not. And if I take that plot point out, it'll get rid of 4 chapters. And so I'm trying to decide if I want to keep it or if I want to not keep it. So for now, Godsbane is about 44 chapters. And then if I don't keep it, it'll be an even 40. So, and I've already cut it pretty severely. This is the wrong size. This should be a 5. Yeah, matryoshka. I don't know how that's how you say that correctly. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but is it picking up the ink? Or is it just laying it down thicker than I thought it was? I think it's the opposite. I think it's not laying it down like it should be. That's really weird. I mean, it's working in all of the other areas I use it. It's just when I go for the hatching, it freaks out. So let's try something else and let's see if I can figure out what's going on with this pen. Yeah, ink flow is not consistent here. Could be a dud. Yeah, ink flow is not very consistent on this one. That sucks. That's okay. We can try an 8. I'm not a big fan. Let's try the medium. My old reliable here. Let's see if old reliable is reliable today. Oh man, old reliable is splitting on me today. My goodness. All my pens are revolting against me. Oh, I don't like that. It's not. They're the exact same pens. It's not that there's a difference in the ink. It's for whatever reason the pen itself is not laying down the white ink consistently like it should. So but they're all the exact same pens, so there's no reason the ink should be different. Oh, you mean the black ones? Yeah, probably. Yeah. It could be, but I've been using these pens for years, so there's no like I'm used to using these pens, and I'm not used to them acting the way that they are. So I've literally been using some of these pens, like the same types of pens, for like 10 years. So there's no reason they should be acting the way that they are. That's why it kind of caught me off guard. Is I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah, see that right there is how it should be acting. There we go. Could be a problem between operator, like screen and chair or something. There's like a IT joke about it being user error, basically. This is why I didn't want to use one this thick. Okay, so what I'm probably gonna have to do is I'll have to use the 5 for these little like specs, and then I'll have to use the 10 for these like these lines down here. That's okay. I just have to get more creative, I guess. Yeah, see, I don't like that. Nope, nobody, nope. Oh, here's an extra 5. Let me see if this 5 will work. Maybe it's just my 5 to giving me tantrums. See if it'll behave now. It worked at first, like it did really well, and then it just like stopped working. There we go. Yay! Found one that works. Maybe that's an older pen. Like, is it? No, it's relatively new. Hmm. Um, I think my pens vary. I think most of my stuff is water based. So, I mean, this one's working, so maybe it's just the pen giving me trouble. Like I said, it happens. It's not a big deal. I am not getting a lot of work done. I'm talking way too much. I really need to get this done though, like this section in here, so I can erase it. The longer I leave it up, the longer I'm risking pencil smears. I don't want pencil smears. These are black beads, so they're fine. I don't have to get them perfect. Alrighty, now we get to draw the hands. Did you guys catch me holding my breath? Because I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta draw hands. These hands got hands. Alright. I hate drawing hands. I hate drawing hands so much. Alright, let me bring up my handy dandy reference here that you guys cannot see. So you've got the original version right here, heading on the left, so I can use it as a reference here. Alright, so here is where the palm on this side ends. Here is the joint. Right. And the next finger is this one, which goes this way. Handy dandy reference, yeah. I'm still big on references. Like, I keep references, I don't care. If people judge me for having references, that's their problem. I did make that nail just a little bit too thick, but it's okay, I can fix it. Oh, that's not dry yet. Ooh, that's not dry yet. Probably should not be drawing hands upside down. They're hard enough as it is. I should have done the hand first and then done that. That's okay. And then next we have this one. When I run into this situation where like some of the knuckles are a little hard, I'll draw the lines between the corners because like you don't want your like knuckles to be too hard or too soft. How did that happen? Anyway, you don't want your knuckles to be too hard or too. Mine are soft because I have chonk hands, but also I can't make my finger straight without my knuckle bending the wrong direction because I have hypermobility. So my knuckles technically bend the wrong direction every time I try to straighten them. I can't really use my own hands as a reference. The amount of people, they're just like, just use your own hands as a reference. I'm like, bro, I can't. I can't. I can't use my own hands as a reference. I'll show you guys in a minute if you want to see it, but like what my hands do when I try to straighten them. Hands are hard. And we go this way. Oh yeah. No, I'm not ashamed of using references, but I've got people that will try to shame me for using them, or they'll try to shame me for like using like light tables. And it's like, bro, shut the f up. Like your favorite mangaka probably uses light tables. All right, and for these, I would just use a bigger brush, so I don't have to worry about each little one. Oh, that's probably too big a brush. That's not the one I meant. I meant this one. So now what I'll do is I'll put these in, and then when they are dry, I'll go in and put in the details for the individual beads. Because this is a handmade item, it doesn't have to be perfect. I was impressed by people who can ink with microns. I don't know how y'all do it. Very carefully, slowly, painfully. We cry a lot. No, but no. In all seriousness, I think the big thing is learning how to like move your hand in line with like the line that you're making. That's why you see me rotating my paper so much. Been getting around to draw the fundamentals as my warm up routine. Gotten out of the practice trap and started doing my projects. Yeah. Do you mean the project trap where you just like you keep practicing and then you never actually do the thing? You practice by doing the thing. That's how you practice. You don't get better at riding a bike by watching people ride a bike. You get better at riding a bike by riding a bike and falling off and then getting back up when you fall off. Same thing with making manga. I think that's something also that a lot of people forget. I'm gonna get on my soapbox here for a second, but like, I feel like a lot of people they want to wait until they feel good enough to draw manga, and you're not gonna be good enough when you start drawing manga, even if you have the most beautiful like art that possible, because the other stuff you have to learn is like komawari, kishotenketsu. You have to learn those things too, and then you also have to learn like uh, um, the Japanese word is kakeami, like hatching and cross hatching and stuff. Like you have to learn those skill sets, and you have to learn backgrounds, and you have to learn paneling with komawari. And then you have to learn things like mampu, right? Like mampu, for example. So this is a book about, it's called manga iconography, but it's basically things like mampu, right? So like, like the symbols and stuff. So like when you see these sort of symbols, like what do they mean, and like what are the stories of these? And so like that's what I really really love about this book is it goes over like what all of these individual symbols mean, how you use them, and then it shows you examples of like how to use them. Um, like all these different symbolisms in comics and in manga. It's really really cool to like it's really cool to see like all these different symbols, and I'm like, oh, like what's the difference between this symbol and that symbol? Like for example, this one, drawn on the forehead or below the eyes to show a character has turned pale. When the sound effect sa is paired with it to represent blood draining from one's head. The sound effect zol represents fear or indicates fear. And so like you can create so many different emotions with just these lines. If you A change of colors stands for redness when drawn on the body, so like blushing. Like these lines can be blushing, they could be fear, they could be someone going pale. Like they can be all different kinds of things. You just gotta know what they are, right? So like, you have to learn Mampu. There's a whole book on this stuff. Like do people know about Mampu? Like most people don't. They don't even know the word for it. They don't even know what Mampu means. They don't even know what it means. So like, yeah, it's a whole thing. And so the way that you get better at making manga is by making bad manga. And then when you get slightly better at making manga, you will get slightly better at making manga every time. But you got to put in the work beforehand. You don't just get good at making manga by talking about it or watching people, watching live streams or reading books. Not that I'm against reading manga books. I have lots of manga books that I would recommend to people. Um, but you only get better at making manga by actually making manga. That's just the reality. I don't care what anyone says. You have to be willing to make bad manga before you make good manga. That's kind of, and if you don't, you're basically trying to like skip steps. Oh, back in my day, we went through all the steps. We had to make bad manga before we made good. I can't. I'm losing my old man voice. Sorry, I'm losing my old man voice. Back in my day, I had to make bad manga before I make good manga. We didn't just skip steps. What's that thing when the old Japanese men like fold their arms and go like like that was totally me right now. Just like me right. I'd be a really good old Japanese man. That's funny. I'm only 34. I'm acting like an old grouchy man. Let's see here. Oh, let me catch up on chat. No, I meant the micron specifically. Everything I try to use them, the lines come out so crappy. And I can use other. Oh, I see. Okay, you mean like the Sakura micron specifically? Yeah. I actually used the Copic microns a really long time ago. And for whatever reason, I moved over to the Sakura microns. I don't know why. Like, I had too many problems with like the Copic micron, little nibs, little niblets. I had too many problems with them, and so I just went back to the Sakura ones. Let's see. Yeah, like it can be frustrating because it's like I just want to get good at manga, and it's like, well, you can just keep practicing. Like Like I've been drawing like for almost 17 years now. And February 14th. In fact, in 2 weeks, I haven't said anything about this yet, but in 2 weeks it's Godsbane's anniversary. February 14th, every year is Godsbane's anniversary. And it's the anniversary that I made the very first character, Auk. You guys want to see something really cool? Let me see if I can dig my binder out. I'm going to give you guys some lore today. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, geez, I don't know if I can pull this out. I'm going to try. That's what she said. Ooh. Oh my gosh, this is so heavy. Holy shit. I want to show you guys something. You guys will laugh at this really crappy artwork, but I'll throw myself on the sword. Move this out of the way. I don't think I need this anymore. Want to see some old artwork of mine? Oh no! Oh shit! Wah wah. Sorry. Sorry for the jump scare. Really loud noise. My bad. So this is a binder full of really old artwork for Godsbane, many, many moons ago. A lot of my like really old sketches, planning things, all kinds of good stuff is in here. So all kinds of like traditional artwork. Almost all of this is traditional. These are special things that were printed. This is a really cool print that I got forever ago. Some experimental prints on different types of surfaces. This one's like a shiny plastic. Oh, these are metal prints. Never mind. So these are metal prints. Sim, you might recognize this. Did some like little test metal prints to see how they would go. So really cool shiny things. Some more metal prints. These came out so dark though that like I mean the light is not doing them justice at all. Yeah. Well, I've been making Godsbane for 17 years. Wait. Yeah, 17 years on the 14th of February. So I've had a really long time to work through some of this stuff. So, and then these were other experimental prints. This is actually on paper, like a nice pretty paper, and then this is on like a white plastic. This one came out really a lot nicer. But yeah, this whole binder is full of art and experiments and trying things and some old artwork of Auk here. So from a book I did a really long time ago. But this whole thing in here is full of artwork. And this one right here, let me put it this way so you guys can see better. This is the original artwork for the first character that I ever made of Godsbane. Well, technically it's the second to original, but it's as close to original as we're going to get, because I don't have the original very first artwork I ever made of this character, so this is technically the second. But, this character, the homework that I had to do for it was due on the 2nd. Sorry, on February 15th, but I drew it on the 14th. So that's why I made it that its anniversary. So this character is Auk. He's not the main character anymore, but he used to be. And he was originally blue. You guys didn't see this because I had to flip it over, but he was originally blue. So yeah, like some of this art is really, really old. And so I've been working on this whole story for forever. And Viz rejected this story, which really hurt my feelings. Like, not gonna lie, y'all, it really hurt my feelings that they rejected it. I'd worked for so long on it, right? Like, this is some of the like original. I was studying animation at the time, and so I had to do like a turnaround sheet. Like I wanted to do like a cute little like doll character or some necklaces, which I'm actually gonna make now that I have a Cricut. I'm gonna make some fun necklaces and designs and stuff. This is a cute little animation that I actually do want to finish. Oh, here's the original one. I did print it out. So this is actually not correct. It's actually anyway. So yeah, this is the original. This goes back to 2009. This is the original artwork, the very first thing I ever drew of this character. And this is what started the entirety of what is now Godsbane. So just a whole bunch of art of like this character. So basically I just take all of my old artwork and I print it out into like this like massive binder. So I have these cards. These are like some goofy little cards and stuff. So I have the originals all somewhere. Um, Actually, I'm pretty sure I know where these originals are. I'm pretty sure they're in my very first ever sketchbook. But I didn't start drawing until 2009, and in 2009 I was 18 years old. So I didn't even really start drawing until I was basically already an adult. This glows in the dark. Here. It's upside down, but you guys get the idea. It glows in the dark. I was experimenting with like all of this stuff up here. It all glows. It's really cool. But yeah, so like I've started working on this stuff forever ago, and this is about when I started art school, like art college. You can see like, I mean, all of my art evolved pretty fast. Um, so I didn't get good prints of these, unfortunately, but yeah, it's like a whole binder of like all the different characters that I've worked on. Yeah, like all these different things. So, but this is where for me like manga started. Hey Neko, what's up? But yeah, like this is where the journey that is Godsbane started. Like all of these different types of things. And someday I'm gonna make a whole art book of all of this stuff. Yeah. I've like basically just printed these out over time, just as I have finished drawing. So when I tell people I've drawn a lot, I've drawn a lot. Like I have drawn a stupid amount of things. And this is just one character. I have so many different characters. This is my favorite drawing of Ock, by the way. You know, like I have so many drawings of him. You know, just like this is one character. Here's a fun little traditional one that I did. You know, of Ock with like his mask and stuff. His design has changed a lot since this illustration, but that's one character. Trying to like find stuff that's like non-spoiler. Here's Fahle, which is the character I'm drawing right now. This is her old design. So, yeah. You know, like, and this is traditional stuff. So, like, when I say I've been drawing traditionally like a really, really long time. But her design was so different before. Like, this is what the first draft of her ever looked like. You know, and then this is what she is. So, very first draft here. I just happen to have this here. So, first design to now. Like, look at the difference in this. Just gotta keep going. That's all it is. So she looked kind of more like Avatar-ish than before. You know, like Avatar: The Last Airbender. And people were like, "Oh, it looks too much like Avatar: The Last Airbender." I'm like, yeah, it kind of does. So yeah, just gotta keep going. Just drawing upon drawing upon drawing. I don't know if I have Aros in here. Let me see. Is Aros not in here? Fahle, Ock. I have Ai and Kaya in here? Really? Oh, that's not Ai and Kai. Oh, I just don't have her artwork in here. Never mind. I have a section for Aros somewhere. Maybe it's not in this particular book. Oh no. His section is somewhere else. Let me grab his section. Whoopsies. And then I also have like a fan art binder of all the fan art and commissions I've ever gotten. I also have that one too. It's in a different binder. But yeah, so like you just gotta keep going. So trying to like carefully move some of this stuff. Sorry, it's a big ass binder. it's a 3-inch binder, and it's not quite full yet, but it will be soon. Oopsies. Let's see. Arrows should be in here. Guess what? There's a second binder. There's this. So yeah, when I tell people, and people are like, "Oh yeah, well, you know, like this is animation stuff." When I was studying animation, all the way back in 2012. Well, these are all my animation originals, like the ball bounce. Um, you know, some of this is kind of getting kind of sus. Oh, it's my best friend. Oh, there we go. Hey, it's Aros. This is from an old Inktober thing from forever ago. The flowers that I'm drawing up here, they used to be different flowers that he was associated with, and so now they're different. So, old. Look at this, like very different Aros than we have today. Oh, I have like an old man Aros. You guys should see this. Look at this. It's an old man Aros. Why, you little cocky bit of I'm your elder. It's called respect. That is absolutely something he would say, though. So all kinds of like other sketches and stuff. I don't have a lot in here because at the time, he was a minor character. He wasn't a major character. This is for Took. His name is Amat now. There's a print that I did of him. So, do you guys want to see something really, really cool? Do you want to see my thesis, my senior thesis? I believe I have a copy of it. I have a whole bunch of characters that are in here that I've actually cut from the final that I don't use anymore. So these are some characters. I've changed the designs a little bit, but just some more fun stuff. So when I say I've done a stupid amount of drawing for this, I mean it. Oh, bye. Thank you, Comic Man, for being here. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get back to drawing. Sorry, guys. I got a little distracted with all the side artwork. Maybe I should do like a stream someday where I go over all this stuff. That'd be kind of fun. I know it's kind of late for a lot of folks, so. Sorry, I've got a cat here on my desk. Okay. Oh, there's a cat on my ottoman. Hello, child. I didn't realize there was a cat here. There's a cat underneath the desk, and I didn't see it before. So. All right, this is our time to dry, so it should be good. Not quite. It's not quite dry yet. All right, well, I'll give that some more time to dry in the center here, and while that does that, I will work over here on the side. Actually. Well, yeah, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Okay. I have 2 cats, and so it's so hard to keep all the cat hair off of me. Like it's just an inevitability at this point. Okay, deep breath, and we'll finish this longer part here. All right, shake it out, and let's go. Perfect. See, perfect. Hell yeah. Just trust your hands. Sometimes you have to just trust it. And sometimes it just doesn't line up perfectly, and that's okay. Work with it. All right, now we gotta do some of this side stuff here. Actually, I'm gonna bounce over to this side while that dries, because I can see some of that's a little wet. So I'm over here. Man, now I'm kind of trapped because I've got two sets here that are still drying. I'm literally painting myself into a corner with ink. But yeah, I'm gonna do more characters. Like I'm gonna do an original of Oma. I'm gonna do an original of Palm. I'm gonna do an original of Amat, and of course Uros, Ak, Coco. I'm gonna do like an original artwork of all of the characters, and I'll use it for like rewards for Onami, the Onami print. I'm pretty sure like everyone also is gonna get like an autographed book on the inside. Like I'm probably just gonna make that like a default part of the rewards. But I think I'll have a difference between like a signature and a sketch. Like maybe I'll have the sketch like book be like just a little bit more because drawing a sketch is gonna take a while with each one. Hell yeah, my favorite song just came on my Spotify. Hell yeah. And in this particular case, there's like a little spot here. I'm not gonna worry about not drawing over that. I'm actually intentionally going to draw over it. Um, and then I can use it as an outline for like a white spot like I have up here. I can use it as like an outline for later. So I'm not going to be afraid to draw over it. So then we're gonna occasionally make mistakes like this. You guys can't probably see it, but there's a little mistake right here. Oopsies. Where I kind of went outside the line a little bit. It's there. You guys maybe can't see it like I can, but it happens. I'm not gonna sweat it though. What happened? I missed the thing of what happened. Oh, someone. Oh, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank yous. Let me go into see what actually happened here. I love how it's not. I have a thing set up so that it should tell me what happened, but it's not telling me what happened. Thank you for the subscribe. I appreciate you. It's so weird. Like the Kappen whatever like went over it. I had it in the wrong order. Oh no, that's why I couldn't see it. Oh gosh. I don't know if I can change it during my stream. Let me go see if I can change that. Thank you for subscribing. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to shout you out. I didn't set up my overlay correctly. I'm so sorry. Let me fix that. It's on top. There we go. Now my alert box is on top, so it shouldn't be an issue now. Let me save. Sorry about that. I love you and I appreciate you. You're amazing. Thank you for being here. Love you. Uh-oh. Oh no, it cleared the chat. Oh no. I didn't realize that saving it would clear the chat. Oh, have mercy. Sorry, guys. That's so funny. I was like, wait a minute, something's different. It, I'm still getting my streaming feed underneath me. I can still see the chat on my end, so yes. I mean, I could let me go look it up. I could probably look it up because I should be able to see my real-time stats. Let's see. It says my latest subscriber was Taperclip. I'm not sure if that's correct. Session data. So, yeah, Taperclip, thank you for subscribing. At least that's what Streamlabs is telling me. So thank you. I appreciate you. If Streamlabs is wrong and it's someone else, please forgive me. I beg your forgiveness. I've fixed it so that hopefully you won't do that again. So I'm doing this sort of like finer hatching first, and then I'll go over it with like more complicated one, like thicker lines. I'm sort of laying this down as like a base first. I mean, it's gonna be more effort, but I think it'll look cooler in the end. I have a cat making noise. What are you doing? Oh, they're just playing with their toy. I was like, oh gosh, I hear a cat making noise. What's going on? Now we're gonna go back the other way. Alright. Now we're gonna do the same in here. Here's our guidelines. Guess I could use a like a French ruler or something to help with these, but I'm trying to decide if I actually want to color her hair black or if I want to leave it as gray. Because in the original version that I did on like the original digital version, her hair is gray, but her hair is technically black. So I'm not sure what I want to do with it. I kind of thought about getting like going ahead and ordering screen tone so that I could do that, but not sure what the best step would be there. Hello, is it V Janesh? How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Just getting some buttload of hatching done while I wait for the ink over here more in the center to dry. Getting some of this. Oh gosh, I just messed up. Womp womp. That's okay. I'll fix it later. Wouldn't be the first time I've done that to myself. Are you an artist as well? Yeah, it's okay. The fact that I put it on this particular finger, I'm not really sure. I've always drawn that way. Yeah, most people do this. I feel like I've always done this. In fact, I have like a little like bump on my finger. You can see it right here. I got a little bump on my finger because I've just always drawn that way. I think it's just my hand being weird. I think it does. I mean, for me, like if I try to do this, it definitely doesn't feel as stable. And I mean, my pen is also further from the paper. Like it's not a big difference, but I guess maybe. I hadn't really thought too much about it, but I guess so. Now that you point it out. I don't think I intentionally. Well, yes, that's true. When I'm drawing vertically, like if I'm drawing like this, I will put it on my middle finger rather than put it here because it doesn't feel quite as smooth. But if I'm drawing something vertically, like if I'm using like a brush pen, I will put it on my middle finger. If I'm drawing vertically like this. But if I'm drawing just normally, I'll put it on my ring finger. I hadn't even noticed. Thanks for pointing that out. I hadn't even thought about that because yeah, like I think most people hold it with their middle finger. Sometimes I forget I hold the pen weird. I was actually supposed to be left-handed, and I'm left-handed for a lot of things, but not art. Like if I'm doing things that require aim, like archery or like firing like any firearm of any kind, or like bowling, I'll use my left hand. Prefer. I deviated a little bit there. It's amazing how much that I can do that I forgot that I knew how to do. I forgot I knew how to do stuff like this because I'm so used to doing things digitally now. So it's been a while since I've done this. It's amazing what the body remembers. I used to be like 100% traditional, and then I switched to digital just because traditional supplies were so expensive. Cool, I just asked because I can't hatch top down diagonally left to right. So I'm trying to find a way to do that without rotating the paper. And he grips sparked the question. I feel like that's just a skill you have to learn eventually. So one of the things here, I'll show you some practice exercises that I do to help with that. Let me see if I have a blank piece of white paper. Yeah, I do. A blank piece of paper. So I'll use a bigger pen just so I can make the point really clear. So one of the things that I'll do when I'm practicing hatching is I'll make a shape. And I literally just make random shapes sometimes. And now the challenge is I have to draw, like I have to hatch and or cross hatch within the shape. And so um, sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's easier to go one way or the other. So you can see I didn't quite get these edges right. Like I ended a little bit too early most of the time. So now that I know that, I'm going to take that into account when I do this one. And part of it is it's hard to see where your pen is going. So I feel like maybe that's why it's hard sometimes to end at the correct spot. Um, but also like maintain your straight line to keep your width the same. So I kind of did okay until like these last two lines. But for the most part, I was able to keep it, like I was thicker or closer up here and then thicker distance down there. But if you're doing something that's like going the other way, I think with this it's a little bit easier to see like where you're going, but it's harder to see like where you come from, right? And it's okay to slow down. Like it's not a race. So going the opposite way, I also struggled a little bit. Like I didn't quite end at the perfect spot. But what I'll do is I'll just create these shapes. Now let's cross hatch it. Let's go back the other way and let's cross hatch it. See how well I can do. Wasn't very consistent at all. So like when you look at it, like you can see areas where I was a little bit heavier. You know, again, not perfect, but I mean, it's just practice. Again, that's the point of it. Another really great exercise is to do threes, and you want to try to get them as square as you can, and then you just pile them up next to each other. You want to try to create something that's like the same value all the way across, unless you're purposely trying to do a gradient. So stuff like this is also really good practice. Trying to see what I did there. So for the most part, I was able to keep them pretty consistent, except like this first one, which was a little big. But and then to fix that, all you really need to do is just add like an extra set of lines. So it's not as noticeable now, but you get the idea. Oh, for sure, yeah. Like that's what I do in these streams. Is these streams aren't just for like me to show off what I'm doing. I love helping people and I love offering advice where I can. It's just going slower at first. One of the things that I learned when I studied martial arts is it's slow to speed, speed to power, power to grace. So so it's slow to speed, speed to power. No, sorry. Oh, I did it wrong. No, it's wrong. Sorry. Slow to power, power to speed. I don't know how I messed up today. Then speed to grace. So the concept here is that by doing it slow, you learn how to do it right, right? So by doing it right, you'll have the correct power. And this is think martial arts. So think of power in this sense because it's art. Think accuracy. You're able to do it accurately, right? And then once you're able to do it right, slowly, then you work on doing it right, accurately. And then once you're doing it correctly and you're doing it accurately, then you can work on your speed. And then as far as like getting through something really fast, you know, like that took me just a few seconds. And for the most part, it's pretty consistent. Not quite, but it's pretty consistent, right? And it's just like it's even whatever. And then once you are able to do things correct and accurate and speed, eventually it'll become effortless. It'll become like graceful, right? Like it'll take nothing for you to do it correctly. And so you just gotta work through these skill sets, but don't be afraid to go slow at first. As far as like learning how to do it the other way, you know. So just takes practice. Practice, and practice takes time, and time is the one thing in this world, one of the very few things in this world that we cannot manipulate. Time simply must flow freely and naturally. All right, are we dry yet? Holy, are we seriously not dry yet? Oh, that's good. Maybe my finger picked up the last bit of ink that was there. Yeah, I'm gonna let it sit just a teeny bit longer. You never know. I wouldn't really worry too much though about having to turn the paper. It's a pretty common technique, and animators did it all the time. It's one of the reasons why animators could do things so well is because they could rotate their paper. I guess. I mean, I don't really feel that. Like my brain doesn't want to skip ahead. I think part of it is because I know why I do the things that I do. And so I don't feel like the urgency to skip a step. I do eventually want to get faster at things, but I don't feel the urgency. Oh, the other thing is drawing guidelines. So what I did here first, can't see if you can see it, is in her hair. It's kind of hard to see because they're so light. I drew some guidelines, like the initial like sketch of like what line I want, and then I'll fill them in a bit. Then I'll fill them in between. I did the same thing here when I did her neck. So I think part of it is just learning how to shut the part of your brain off that's telling you you have to go faster because you don't. You don't have to go faster. I would rather go slow and do it right than go, oh, I have to go faster. So I guess maybe that's part of like what it is for me is I can turn that part off. I can turn that part of my brain off that is telling me, hey, you need to go faster. I don't care how fast I go. I mean, I do care that I meet my deadlines, but like if I can still meet my deadline and go slower, I'm gonna go slower. I'm not gonna go faster just because monkey brain says go faster. You know what I mean? Or lizard brain, whatever you want to, whichever animal you want to use. Um, that's the thing I was telling you about the slow to speed. Remember this thing I just brought up? This thing I just brought up? Slow, like doing it right. That's why you do the guidelines. Is because what this does is by going slow and doing it right, you're going to work on being accurate. You cannot skip steps. So if you want to get better at it, you have to slow down. Because if you just try to rush it through, you're not actually going to learn anything. You're going to, or worse, you'll learn bad habits. So I know it's frustrating. Believe me, been there, done that. I've been drawing 17 years. Yeah, 17 years now. And it sucks. I'm 34. And so it can be really hard. Like if I could go back and say, "Hey, like do you want to learn everything you've learned in the last 17 years in 5 years?" Yes. Yes, that would be great. If I could still keep the same accuracy of the skill sets that I have, right? And so like for me, I guess accuracy and doing it right always trumps speed. Maybe that's just because of me being taught my martial arts and my sensei teaching me those things. But yeah, I will always choose right over fast unless I need to cut corners, which happens sometimes. Sometimes you just don't got the time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Right? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just the word. Maybe it's just how my brain is. I don't know. Maybe I'm the weird one. That would not surprise me if I'm the weird one. Wouldn't be the first time. Not gonna be the last time. I mean, and here's the thing: if it works for you, that's ultimately what matters. Like it getting you the result that you want, that you're satisfied with, and or your editor is satisfied with when if you decide to go into publishing, that's ultimately what matters. No one honestly is gonna care or like, hey, you're not doing it right. Blah, blah, blah. I studied Kempo Karate, and I also did Eskrima Kali Arnis. I did two different martial arts way back when. Way back when. I did study Taekwondo for 2 years, and I liked it, but it wasn't quite what I was looking for. What line do I want here? That one. Have you studied martial arts? I don't do it anymore. It's actually not safe for me to do it anymore. But yeah, it was mostly for like strength and flexibility back then. but it's not safe for me to do martial arts anymore. I probably could if I had the right class and the right teacher. But the main reason I stopped is I moved. And so I moved cross country, and so I would have had to start at a brand new school, start all over with white, which was very frustrating to think about. Um, and unfortunately, the school that I had didn't have a branch where I was. So I would have had to completely start over, which was, again, frustrating to think about. And so I decided to not continue. But I still, like, my school had like videos and stuff online, so I still practiced, just online by myself. And then eventually I got busy with college because that's why I moved, and just kind of fell out of practice. So I got as high as, uh, where was I when I stopped? I was blue green. I was blue green when I stopped. Blue green. I don't know if I had any stripes or chevrons at the time. I don't remember. Yeah, I was like blue green when I stopped. So, and after green, then I believe you have, uh, I think it's red and then brown and then black. So I was like 3/4 of the way through, maybe. So I did it for a while. Yeah, I did it for quite a while and I really loved it. It was really fun. But I have a Chiari malformation, and so that kind of makes it not safe for me to do. If I get hit in just the wrong spot or fall just the wrong way, it'd be lights out for me forever. Unless someone acted really, really fast. So it's just not safe anymore. And my teachers were like, well, we don't really feel comfortable with you practicing here, so you're gonna have to find a new school. And I just couldn't find a new school after that. So I gave up. And now that Chiari malformation makes it really hard for me to exercise properly. It's not impossible, it's just hard. I'm still learning what my limitations are as far as that, so. Whew, okay. So some of this stuff is just going to be solid black. So based on my original sketch here. Oh, I can exercise. I just have to be very careful. I basically just have to really monitor my heart rate. And this is a condition that doesn't go away. It's there for life. Um, so I was actually born with it. So it is what it is. It's okay. I just have to find like a different form of exercise. So like low impact stuff is what I tend to do. So like swimming. I do a lot of swimming. Or like I'll go ride a bike or something. And I'll just when I ride the bike, I just keep an eye on my heart rate. And if it gets to a certain if it gets too high or is like just consistently higher, I have to take a break. That's really it. So it's just learning how to like monitor yourself a bit better. Is really all it is. But the problem with martial arts is it's really easy to get hit in the wrong spot. So that's the problem with martial arts. Yeah, no, no, you're good. Most people don't even know what a Chiari malformation is, so they've never even heard of it before. So no worries. Yeah, I took up other sports like swimming and archery instead, because those are still fun exercises, and archery is really great as like a strength training exercise. So I can still exercise. I'm just doing it differently. That's all it is. Just gotta get creative. Just just gotta get creative. Don't worry about it. Oh shoot, I messed that up. That's okay. I'll fix it with white later. No biggie. Alright, we're getting there, fam. Alright, is this dry yet? Yes. Haha. Finally! I am free! Alright, now I gotta do a lot of little bead details here. Maybe. Okay, maybe I'm not, because now it's like, nope, I don't wanna. That's not bueno. I wonder if that was a bad one that I set aside earlier and just forgot that that's where I put it. Oh, yeah, that was a bad one I set aside earlier. Oh, bye. No, thank you. Anytime. I appreciate you being here. Never hesitate to pop in and ask me some questions or even just like leave comments on the video. So I always love helping people out when I can. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. Have a good day or evening, wherever you are. Happy time zone. Here's the 10. See, this is where the 10 is handy. I'm gonna fill those in and start those over. Right, those are going to be black feathers. Let's see here. I've got Big Call stuck in my head right now. I'm a terrible singer, otherwise I would sing it for you guys, but I'm a terrible singer. You don't want me singing for you. Do you guys have any earworms lately? If you guys haven't heard of Bloodywood before, they're basically like a Indian folk metal band, and they did this amazing collaboration with baby metal. It's so cool. And they did this song called Bake Off. I'll type it in the chat if you guys want to check it out. Bake Off, let me spell it correctly. Bake Off. Let me make sure I spelled it correctly. Yeah, I did. Cool. Actually, no, I didn't. Bake Off. And it's a collaboration of Bloodywood. And so I'm typing all this out. And baby metal. It's so good. You guys should check it out. I have them on my you guys can't hear it because I'd probably get copyright struck. Um, but their work is so cool. And so I've got them playing in the background for me, so you guys can't hear it. And I loved it so much that I want to make a fan manga for it. There's an AMV that they have for the video, and I want to make like a manga of it for them, just as like to show my appreciation for the song, because the song got me through some really really dark stuff. So I want to make a little fan manga of it. The song's not that long, but I mean I know the manga will take some time to make still. I just want to find a way to show my appreciation. It's like a thank you. And I mean, like, Baby Metal's a Japanese band, and then Bloodywood, like, they clearly have a lot of inspiration from like manga and anime. I think in general, so I think it'd be really cool to do that for them. All right, let's put on the rest of her hair. Excuse you, Miso. Sorry, my cat sneezed. Now we're kind of at the point now where it's just like super focus, lock in, kind of mode. So now let's do a pencil guideline so that I know what line to follow. So what I did, you guys can't really, maybe barely see it, but I put in a couple guidelines in here just so that I know how I want the hatching to sit. And now when I hatch, I can predict roughly where my pen's gonna go. At least I can have a better guess of where it's gonna go. Or rather, where it should go. I think it's a better way of putting it, where it should go. That line that I just made went out of. That line is out of line. That's okay. I will make it work by taking this line and turning it into. That way it kind of looks like the hair is folding into itself instead. So work with your mistakes, not against them. Sometimes it's better just to like make it a happy accident rather than freak out about it. Especially when you're dealing with something like hatching. Let's just dry it. Not quite. This is a terrible tangent, unfortunately. I have to solve this a little bit differently because it's a terrible tangent that I made for myself. If you didn't know, exhaling when you're making those lines or holding your breath can be really great options for giving yourself more stability. Don't ask me how it works, but I find it kind of just depends on where my brain is at the minute or at the moment. So sometimes if you find yourself shaking or you're nervous, like I like to exhale and then like, okay, let me just either that or hold your breath. That way you feel like you have to hold really still. For some people, holding your breath makes it worse. For some people, exhaling, getting that out, like getting that jittery out with the exhale can help. I kind of do both. It just kind of depends on like where my head space is in that minute. I keep saying in that minute when it's really like it's in that moment. Okay. We're gonna do what's inside the hair now. I want the fire and smoke and stuff to escape out of this just a little bit because it does over here. And in order to help sort of layer this fire, like in front of her, in front of some of this other stuff, overlapping and breaking the panel, if you will. That's how I'm doing that. And to make that stand out more, but the edges where it does stay behind, make that a little bit darker. And this way you can actually, I don't know if you can actually see it, but right here, you can actually see that there's like a border break there. Let me finish filling. Ooh, my ear just popped. And now my ears are ringing. Oh my goodness. Thanks, tinnitus. Popping out of nowhere. I always love hearing from my friend tinnitus. Alright, let's see. How long have we been streaming? I don't even know. How long have I been streaming? I forget. Where's my timer? Oh, I've been streaming about 3 hours, so it's about almost 1 a.m. here, so I'll probably cut here pretty soon. I'm trying to finish a few things though. Got a couple things I gotta go do, so before I head to bed. Alright, and here's where these line up again. These sections of fire meat. I'm pretty sure that this spot here is meant to be an empty spot. I forgot what my notes meant. Yes. Alright, and then what's nice about all of this stuff that I just put in is I'll be able to go in with like a white like this and break that up so that it looks more like cross hatching. So like let me just show you. So that if you do this correctly, it'll look like cross hatching. That ink may need more time to dry. Let me see. Yeah, that ink needs a little bit more time to dry, so I'll probably let this dry overnight before I do too much work with the whites. It's a little gunked up. Yeah, these areas here that I didn't really touch that much today are fine, but some of these areas that I did touch up probably would be best like this area down here. Clean that up a little. All this up here should be fine. I'll go ahead and do this. want these lines thicker than maybe some of the other ones because I want her to stand out some more. So her having thicker lines is okay. If I don't like them, I can always draw over them and then do them again. So I'm not too worried about it. In my original illustration, her hair was kind of on fire. So I thought about doing that again, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Yeah, see, it's picking up some of that ink. But I need to let this sit for a bit. Let me go in and darken some of these lines that I can. Make them a little more solid. Oh, there's a few fire lines that I missed. Dang it. Go ahead and get those in here. This one's more for just shading. And this will be all black. This will be all shaded. Oh, I forgot about this one going down here. What was my original plan for that? Okay, yeah, all covered with fire and hatching. So this one I'm not going to worry about. This one, put in some more fire here. Oh, this makes a terrible tangent. I'll fix that. I won't even know that there was a tangent there. Gotta work with your artwork, I guess, sometimes. I just realized I create a river. Dang it. I don't like fixing rivers and hatching. There we go, it's a little better. I'm just gonna do it on this side so it matches. Should be fairly easy to do. Just gonna there we go. All right, I am going to take a break. As far as like for the night, I think I'm good. I am gonna read. Actually, let me do one more thing. I'm gonna redo this section over here. I'm not too happy with that. I'm gonna redo it. Actually, this has had some time to dry. I'm gonna let it sit overnight. I'm gonna let it do its thing, settle in. I'm gonna redo this one here too. Kind of the nice thing about working with ink and stuff is you can always fix it. So anyway, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you to V earlier for the super chat of $200. I always appreciate you, bestie. So yeah, please don't be a stranger. So and that goes for anyone too. Like don't be a stranger. I love seeing people come in here and chat. I love people asking me questions and doing little like sketches and stuff on the side or little like mini demos. So always a joy. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I will see you guys later. We got super far on this. If I have time tomorrow, I might do it again. Might do another one tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for being here, and yeah, take it easy. Bye. Love you.